When I worked for the theater, used to catch people having sex in the theater all the time.
Yeah, that'll happen. I've never had that problem in the grocery store.
Yeah, I was wondering, because, I mean,
we've
bread
had
aisle.
some stuff. What?
I don't know.
We've got, there was once, I didn't see this person, but, like, I was, trapped in the Starbucks kiosk while this was happening. There was, like, a lady passed out in one of the bathroom stalls. And she, like, found that she had, like a tiny bottle of, like, vodka or something on her. And I don't remember if they figured out that she lifted it from the store or brought it in with her. But, like, she was just passed out in a bathroom stall. That was weird.
I am certainly not going to accuse any of our viewers of having sex in a theater, but I am going to say that I used to catch people do it all the time.
I just walked back into that.
Did you not?
God damn it.
Do you want to, like, save and end it, or do you want to go back out?
I just feel, like, deceived by this area.
No, did you not notice that if you go down, left, and then down again, there's another street down there?
No.
Yeah, there's a street to the left.
I was entranced in your stories. What were you saying?
Down to the left.
No.
Oh, okay. I think also when you went to the right, it kind of looked like there was a space enough to go past there. Down at the bottom, just the foreground was kind of blocking it.
Well, I'll probably wind up brute forcing through it at some point, but I want to get a feel for this area before we stop. So
I was gonna say that if people have sex in a theater, the workers can totally see you. You're not hiding it. Like, no matter what you do, no matter what anyone does, they never hide it, like, efficiently. It's always one of those things where it's like, I'm betting people think they're super smart and super slick because their eyes are not, like, set up well enough to see in the dark. If you're working in a movie theater, you were in the dark at all fucking times. All of us working in the movie theater had, like, mole eye vision. Like, you could drop us in a pitch dark room and every one of us could find our way out of it. We were there working for years at a time to sweep popcorn up off of a floor in a pitch dark room. Like, of course we're going to be able to see people. But on top of that, the projectionist, like the one up at the top who's running the movie, typically has bird's eye of every single person in a theater. They can sit up there and literally just watch people, and if they see them doing stuff, they call it in and go, hey, there's people doing it in whatever theater. Because every single time, the projectionist will see you.
And just, like, how many dicks have you seen?
I'm not at liberty to say, because that's weird.
No, like, how often have you found people just straight up explicitly, like, fucking in the theater?
When I actually worked there, I worked there for 6 years and some change. For the 6 years that I worked there, I want to say it was one couple every other month. Damn. Sometimes it would be more. Like, it all really depends. And we kept having to throw the same people out, too, who did it over and over and over again.
Like, okay, that was probably their fetish. Like, it was exhibitionism.
I don't know. There was one guy who was super just, like, the biggest dick about the whole fucking thing. Pardon the expression, considering the subject matter. But the guy would be in the theater, and it was really clear he was forcing his girlfriend to do it in the theater, and she really didn't want to.
Did you call the cops at any point?
We asked them to leave, told them to stop, and after we caught him the second time, I think we barred him from the theater forever. And I think the second time, it may have been a different girl. And it was one of those things where, like, I don't think he was keeping women for very long.
Yeah,
like,
I should hope not. But also, someone should send him to jail.
Yeah, no, that's the kind of thing you should probably go to jail for.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even just straight up you're trying to basically rape a person. I'm going to have to put a warning on this video. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. But it's, like, in a public place, so that's, like, indecency. There's a bunch of reasons, like, just... that guy should be in prison. Probably.
Oh, God. I'm going to get off of that topic if I can. Like, it's starting to get really pissed off now.
There's plenty of funny theater stories you can tell instead of that one.
We used to have people smoke pot in the bathrooms, and one of my managers used to walk in, and if he smelled pot, he'd start walking from stall to stall, and he would kick the doors open, even though they weren't locked. Because he'd know straight up which stall it was, so he'd avoid...
he wanted to scare them shitless?
Yeah, he'd scare them. So he'd walk in, and he'd be able to tell which stalls actually had people in them. And if it wasn't the stall that the smoke was coming out of, but there was a person in it, he'd skip over it. But if it was a stall that he knew there was no one in, because it's really obvious when our doors used to get locked, because if you didn't lock the door would hang. It wouldn't sit properly in the frame. So he'd kick the door, and he'd go, no one here, and he'd kick the door, and he'd go, no one here, and then he'd walk up to the door that he knew somebody was smoking in, and he'd go to kick it. And sometimes, if he was like confident that the person was clearly not using the restroom, he would kick the door open and he'd break the lock on the hinge.
So, did he ever accidentally kick it in
No,
on someone who was
never.
just in there at the same time?
I have no idea how he did that, but no, never.
Yeah, like you'd think
Never
there would
made a
be two
mistake.
people in the bathroom and one of them smoking pot and you can smell it, but the other guy is going to be scared shitless too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure he'd scare people, but if he walked in there and there wasn't anybody in there, like... Okay, if he walked in there and there was totally another person who was using the bathroom, he would not kick their stall open because he, like I said, he could tell. He could tell which
Yeah,
stall
they'd
the
still
smoke
be
was coming out
scared
of.
by the
Yeah,
noise.
no, they'd be super scared by it.
That's I feel like that's like in theory it's funny. In practice that feels like that's probably the kind of thing that that sounds like it breaks a company policy at the very least.
I'm pretty sure it super did. I don't think he cared.
This theater was some wild times.
A little bit. Let's see. Oh crap! I was gonna say another one that I forgot.
I once had this was recent in our...
Yeah, it's called Real World. This place is literally called
did
Real
it
World.
Oh my god! What the
Okay,
fuck?
go ahead.
Why does it have
Sorry.
that? Oh, there's no. I've been here. Can I? Damn it! That goddamn camera. This was maybe a month ago. Actually, I was in the bathroom and there was clearly like some lady with a kid in one of the other stalls or whatever. Little girl, like probably not very old at all, probably like a toddler or something, describes to her mom how chameleons work. She's like, they can change color. And she's like, yeah, that's cool. And she's like, I wish I could do that. And mom's like, yeah. And this kid's like, I wish I could do that as a horse. My stories are fun. Your stories are like bleak. Grocery store is generally a better place to work than the theater, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Oh, jeez.